we are live. Hello and welcome.
Hey guys, welcome back. We've got a fan favorite here today. Looks like
Yeah.
a game that many have gone on to say is like a pinnacle of its genre, and one that between you and myself, we have some strong differing histories with it. So I'm curious to see how all this goes for sure.
One thing I want to say about this cutscene is that something about it perfectly replicates that crusty FMV feel of the first two Fallout games. Look at it.
Yeah, you're right. It's totally something about it. I don't know if maybe it's just like the camera swinging through a static image at a not so great frame rate. Maybe it's that. Honestly, it's probably more to do with like color theory and the way that there's a little bit of grain and artifacting on it.
Not to mention the high contrast lighting.
Yeah. The look of it is definitely that. And it looks just, I think it's an uncanny valley effect a little bit too, because as pre-rendered cutscenes are, this one looks just a little bit better than the real game does.
Yeah?
When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great.
And you get that sense of like,
fortress.
oh, this is not what the actual map looks like, just like you do with FMVs.
You have to mod it to get it to look like that.
Establishing villages.
It's true.
Tribes.
And mod it, we will.
As decades
Or maybe we
passed,
won't, I don't
what
know.
had been the American
We'll find that
Southwest
out.
United beneath the flag of the new
Stay tuned for
California
3
Republic,
episodes in when
dedicated to
we
old
suddenly
world
bring in
values of
Thomas the
democracy
Tank Engine
and the rule of
instead
law.
of Legate Lanius.
As the Republic grew, so
I
did
should
its
have installed
needs.
some secret mods
Scouts
like that.
spread east.
Yeah.
seeking territory
Yep.
and wealth.
That's always how I
Crime
feel about
merciless
these things,
expanse
is like,
of Mojave Desert.
one of these days I'm gonna do Oblivion,
They returned
and
with
when I
tales
do
of a city
Oblivion,
untouched
Shrek is
by
gonna
the
be in there
warheads that had
somewhere.
scorched the rest of the world.
And I don't even know
The
where
great
he's gonna be,
wall
but he'll be
spanned
there.
the Colorado River.
And
The
it'll be a
NCR
surprise for me
mobilized
too,
its
right?
army and
Because I'll
sent
install
troops
him,
to
and then
occupy
like
Hoover
You'll
a
Dam
month
forget.
later,
and
I'll
restore
start up the
ruined
game and just feel
condition.
like, well,
But across the
every time I
Colorado,
start up Skyrim
another
now,
society
I've got like Naruto
under a different
jutsu
flag.
all over the place.
A vast army of
And I don't
slaves
regret it, 'cause it's a much
forged
better
from
way
the
to play
conquest of
Skyrim.
86 tribes, Caesar's legion.
I'm getting a
4
lot
years
of
have passed since the Republic held the dam.
I'm getting a lot of
Just
important
against
looking
the Legion's
visuals here. This is
onslaught.
Ron
The
Perlman,
legion
right?
Did not retreat.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he had
Across the river,
the beginning
gathered
narration or not.
strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all,
Ron Perlman's
New
showing
Vegas
up a
Strip has
decent
stayed
amount
open
in
for
our
business
videos as of
under the
late too.
control of its mysterious overseer.
Yeah, he is
Mr.
also
House.
the
His
like
army
Grand
of
Admiral
rehabilitated
dude
tribals and
in
police
Halo,
robots.
and
You
he
are a
looks
courier, hired by
awful.
the Mojave Express to
Like
deliver a
they tried to
package
make it
of
look
New
like him,
Vegas Strip.
and you can tell that it's his face,
What seemed like
but on a
simple delivery
360
job
model,
has taken a turn
it's
for the worse.
it's like Botox in reverse was what I had described it as when we were playing it.
You're crying in
Like,
the rain, Pally.
All of like they injected
Guess who's
Botox
waking up
into
over
Lord
here?
Hood's face, but only after he had already like frozen up and wrinkled.
Time to cash
So all of
out.
the wrinkles are just like solid in place.
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a
Oh,
dig.
hey Chandler. It's still so weird
made
to
your
me
last delivery.
that they got this guy in here.
Yeah.
Sorry you got twisted up in this scene.
Because like on one hand it's a
Where
weird
you're
choice,
kneeling must seem like an
but on the other
18
hand he
run of
also
bad luck.
kind of notoriously did not have
Truth
a
is,
very good job.
the game was rigged from the start.
I gotta tell you, it's weird going back to Friends in 2020 being especially with how popular Friends has now become. Because a lot of the early episodes when I first watched it, I was like, wait a second, I know that voice. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's Benny. And now it's the opposite way.
Awake. How about that?
Oh yeah, all that DLC.
Oh, easy there, easy.
Look
You've
at
been
it, just
cold a couple of days.
pour on in.
Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Okay, what's our name?
We had an idea before.
I don't
and
like
I
that
think,
one. Come up with a new one.
Okay. Do you want a first name and a last name, or just a single name like Madonna?
First and last name. Let's do it.
How about first name Knuckle, last name Duster?
How about let's first declare what we're going for here.
Yeah.
We're going to be playing as a boxer, and we're going to wear boxing gloves and punch people, and that's the gimmick.
That's it. That's who he is.
Yep.
Or she, if we so choose. What do you think?
We could make him black and call him Boxy Brown.
I don't like that idea.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think I'm qualified to have an opinion on that idea, other than I think it's a bad idea.
We need a name.
How about... I'm just
Should've
coming
thought
up with...
about this more.
I'm just thinking about Russell Crowe. How about, I still say... whenever I name these characters, they're always, like, dumb names. Like Max Rider or Knuckle Duster. Or Max Bitrate is our last good one. No, that just sounds like a sex thing. Never mind.
No, now you have to tell me.
Fist Manbrick.
I wanted to go with Clancy Fist.
Clancy Fist is a good one too. What do you think about Clancy Manfist?
Yeah?
Yeah, let's split the difference.
That what we're doing?
You get both names and it's a creepy sex thing. Yeah, okay. That looks like on paper that looks like an old-timey pugilist like you would find in like a poster of like, oh, this is who's going up against this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I added a second N. I think that's better.
Go for it.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now,
Oh, and right away here's a shotgun.
I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place.
Is Doc Mitchell a good person? I don't remember if he's
I bet
good
you.
or if he's like the same level of good as everyone else.
He's totally a good person.
Okay.
I mean, he fixes you up for free.
That's true.
That's the mark of a good person.
But you never know if, like, at some point down the line, you're gonna discover in a cave somewhere that he also, like, raises children and feeds them to Mr. House or something. Via paste.
Okay, what do you think? Who's our guy? We can go from there, but where should we start?
I'm gonna say not 10, because 10 looks like every dude I ever made in this game ever. Let's go up a little bit. I saw one that I liked. I think it was right before some dude with a mohawk.
Number 4? Or number 6?
I'm gonna wait for it to catch up here. Number 4, I think it was.
Yeah, I think that's a good start.
And I think, can we do something about his awful haircut?
We'll get to that. Let's talk
Alright,
about
alright.
like face shape. Should we go the whole 9 yards and fuck with everything?
No, because usually...
Most of it right
Okay,
anyway.
here's the deal, right? We have to look at this guy the whole playthrough. So, if you want to make him ugly, that's awesome. I'm usually... You know me. I tend to spend... I could spend, like, the first 2 hours on this screen alone.
Mm-hmm.
I think we make him just look like a boxer.
That's
Give him
what I want to go for.
Yeah. I'd say he's got, like, a lantern jaw and maybe a little messed up nose. I should also point out that while you're doing this, I mentioned while we were playing Destroy All Humans that I played the beginning of Mass Effect Andromeda.
You did mention that.
I spent like a good hour trying really hard to make a character that didn't look awful, and I couldn't. Just couldn't.
Yeah.
So what I did instead was I took the sister character that they gave me, like based on the random generation of your choices, and instead I was like, you know what? That looks fine, and I remade my character as that character, and started the game over. And then I realized something.
Yeah.
The character that I made just ended up looking like Faith Connors from Mirror's Edge.
No shit.
And I was
huh?
like, maybe I should just play Mirror's Edge. Maybe what I really want is to just play Mirror's Edge. I also find it really funny that I made the character look as similar as possible to the character that they picked for me. And the brother ended up looking nothing like my male character, and the father character didn't look anything like our first father character either.
All right, we're up to hairstyle. What should we go with here?
Let's take a look at what we got. I don't. Okay, how far into our career are we?
Top of our game.
Okay, top of your game. Either the smooth wave is a really good one. I don't hate the pterosaur. I think if we're gonna be going for the blastback just kind of reminds me of Mickey Rourke for some reason, which is apt, I guess. I don't hate the pompadour. I do hate the Sarge. I think the Sarge haircut looks awful in this. Smooth wave is maybe like fitting with the 50s-ish aesthetic.
That's kind of what I'm
Like-
going for.
Yeah, I'd say the smooth wave is probably the best looking one.
What color?
Paper Cody in chat says, looks like my jeans mixed with the guy who plays Abraham on The Walking Dead. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to assume he's handsome.
What color should
Okay.
his hair be? I'm thinking dark brown.
Dark brown is fine. It'll match his eyebrows a little bit better, I think. I kind of like the high gold looking hair that we had there for a second. It looked very Archie Comics. And I'll tell you more about Archie Comics in a minute or two. Suede looks pretty natural, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe it's just because I was just listening to Blue Suede Shoes by Elvis. And don't ask me why. Because the answer was that it was on like a 90s Mac commercial, I think.
I wish
Remember
I
when
could
they had those-
edit all these at once and just make it darker.
Yeah, there should be a color wheel.
I think I'm gonna go for chestnut.
Chestnut it is.
What about facial hair? Should he have any facial hair?
Uh, I don't. I don't think any of the facial hair in these games look very good, personally. Actually, you know what? The rough beard doesn't look too bad. If we're a, although, if we're a professional fighter, I'm gonna say nowadays, you probably wouldn't want to have a beard if you were a professional fighter. But back then, I don't think they would have cared.
Back then, you would have like a handlebar, but that depends on what we're going for.
I don't think that we're like muscle man at the carnival sideshow strong man, like
we're not
wearing
like
the onesie.
1920s. We're not doing that.
No, we're the dude who eventually became Daredevil's father,
Yeah.
Jack Murdoch. I think the only thing that I would say is, anything that's close to the face would probably be fine. If you're a boxer, you don't want to have something that somebody could potentially pull. Because while that is
wearing boxing gloves, think about that.
I mean, it's against the rules, but you can still, you got to assume that like a prize fighter in the 50s to 60s is probably getting into some shit outside the ring.
Paper Cody asks, "What's the bill? Boxer, melee." Unarmed.
We are a boxer in the post-apocalypse.
I'm thinking like nothing or 5 o'clock shadow, if I can find that.
Yeah. Go back up to the top.
Rough beard is still a bit too much.
Can you do the? Is this a game where you can do the color of the beard separately from the hair?
I don't think so.
Okay. You might go with the swashbuckler. Is that what they called it in this game? I feel like that's something that I usually did.
I'll let you
Something
know if
with
I
an
see
S. It's been a good long while. Oh, Mephistopheles? What is... Oh wait, the Machiavellian I think I also did sometimes. Oh, I didn't do the swashbuckler. I think I did Machiavellian. Man, the Machiavellian I think was what I did because it was the most like I could see somebody having this and it wasn't, you know, super groomed or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody, I agree. He says that that's what he always plays. The last time that I played New Vegas, I ended up like beelining straight for that vertibird wing and just being like a big sword dude for the whole game, which it's a fun way to play. I think you know, if the rough beard is a little bit too much beard for you, maybe like a rough neck or something. I mean, also though, if I'm not mistaken, these games you can also choose the color of like around your mouth.
You can.
And that more or less just is the color of a 5 o'clock shadow.
I'm pretty sure I have it. Maybe you're onto something there.
I think that's also something that I used to do with these games.
Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, I would say go back to nothing and then try and change the color around the lips and the mouth. Yeah, the mustache and the beard. There you go.
That's not really doing what I want, because it doesn't cover the jawline. Like, even the beard option is like purely around the mouth. In fact, I think I'm gonna set that to 0.
Oh, I'm being told I'm a little bit loud, so I'm gonna drop this down here.
And I'm coming in soft.
Okay. How does this sound? Does this sound better for you?
You're not asking me, are you? Because I wouldn't.
No, I'm asking chat. Yeah, I mean, honestly, something that you could do is you could make yourself, Bix, I'm being told that, that you're still pretty quiet.
I don't know if there's a whole lot I can do about that. Maybe, let's see
There
what
should
I can
be-
do here.
You should be able to manually set your gain in OBS, and you should also have a slider if you're not already set to the maxed.
I got an idea here.
Okay.
It's funny to me that this is an issue because I was just talking to someone earlier today who sent me a clip that I'm in, and I was like the loudest thing in that clip. Oh, you know what you could do? No, never mind. That's wrong. Let's see.
Okay.
Device manager. No. Yes. No.
Wait, okay. So, if you go to OBS,
The slider in
And
OBS is already maxed.
yeah, but you can also set your gain. So if you go to the audio mixer and you click on wherever your microphone and auxiliary is, you can go down to advanced audio properties, and there's a volume setting there that is currently set. It should be set at 0.0 decibels. You can set that, and that is your that's effectively your gain.
Okay, but let me try this first, because this is an interface I understand a little bit better.
Okay.
Then again, no, never mind. I'm just going to do that.
You should only need to pump it up like maybe 1 decibel, 1.5 if you're really, really quiet. 1 is probably fine though.
Okay, how's this? Any better? Give me a read here.
How does it sound to you, Cody? Does that sound better in chat? I'm gonna say you probably want to roll with it for now.
For now. Can always change it later.
Yeah. And it's way easier to make yourself quieter than it is to make yourself louder most of the time. Like, if this comes in too loud, then you can just drop the slider a little bit.
I suffer from the issue of being a loud person. So it's weird that this is coming up now.
I suffer from the opposite issue, but the same issue, but at the opposite end of the spectrum, where part of the reason that I need a microphone like this is because of the way that I talk. My register does not pick up on my old mic very well. So the idea that I'm coming in too loud is like, oh, okay, it's a little disconcerting. Also, Cody says that Peach and himself were playing Fallout 76 and got a talent mutation that's a static plus 25 to arm. That's good. We were talking a little bit yesterday during Destroy All Humans about how the strengths of Fallout 4 and the weaknesses of Fallout 4 are both kind of magnified by 76, in that the thing that people like about 76 is the gaminess of it, like the ability to go in and craft and go in and, you know, really treat it like a looter shooter with Fallout aesthetic, right? And
How does this...
yeah. Are you on Ronin?
Yeah.
I think Ronin's fine. I say, yeah,
with that.
Ronin's fine.
Looks normal.
It's a very, yeah, that looks like a dude what gets into some fights.
We done then? Anything else
Yeah.
you want to add, change?
No, I'm good. These Bethesda character creators always just look like fish people.
Yeah. There's only so
our dude
much you
looks
can
pretty
do.
up.
It's fine.
Yeah. I'd say we're okay.
Are you sure you want this to be your character? Yes.
Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore.
It's weird.
Let's see if we can get you
So
on your
I've been...
feet.
Guess what I've been watching?
Good.
I started watching Riverdale of all shows.
Over by the
and-
figure tester machine there.
While that show is
Take it
kind
slow
of garbage,
now.
I think... Oh my god,
Race.
that camera.
The quicker you
While
find
that
a helmet or face cover, the better. Oh no.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah,
bear
yeah.
this one loud and proud. I don't know who you think you are.
Oh boy, so...
Can I turn
We should-
subtitles on? General subtitles, yeah.
Yeah, turn those on. We should go ahead and say, again, for anybody new that's coming in, we are doing our gimmick for this run is that we are a boxer in the post-apocalypse. Just straight up, old-fashioned fisticuffs and boxing gloves and a real pugilist.
We're looking good so far.
Yeah, get that Counter-Strike mouse sensitivity set all the way up there.
We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
Go figure out the love tester.
Need a little bit more.
There is whenever I look at this thing, I think about the love tester that's in Moe's Tavern in The Simpsons. And one of the things about the Simpsons area in Universal that I love so much is that it's supposed to be like a recreation of a little boulevard in Springfield, right?
Yeah.
And you can go into Moe's Tavern, and they totally have that love tester there. Specials. We actually have not set the specials yet, Cody. We spent all that time doing audio levels and trying to find the correct beard for... God, what was our guy's name again?
Clancy Manfist.
Clancy Manfist.
With 2 N's.
That's right. 2 N's in the last name, not the first name.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, our strength should probably be pretty damn high, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Perception, maybe a bit low.
Yeah, he's taken a couple of hits.
Endurance should be high. Charisma
Yeah.
should be high. Intelligence should be low.
Yeah, you want to be strong, you want to have stamina, and you want to be charismatic, and then everything else is like, no, we spec'd into the other things. As for luck,
Agility, I think, would be just above average.
yeah, your
Depending-
agility is
depending
good.
on his style.
Yeah, I mean, he just okay. So I like me some boxing. I do some boxing in my fun times, and I'll say that for the body type they give you in this game, you're not gonna be like a Tanamura. You're gonna be more like an Ippo.
Yeah. But if that's
So
the
you would-
case, we would probably want more strength than agility. But I think I
You're
want to
gonna-
go in on strength here.
You're gonna be somewhere between like high end of featherweight to low end of middleweight, maybe. You're definitely not a heavyweight. That's right, Cody. We're rocking low intelligence all the way. Which is on brand for me, at least.
Let's see, what do we got here? We've got 1 more point to spend. I wish this didn't take as long.
What, flipping through the different things?
Should we put that last point into agility or endurance?
We should put that last point into strength because it's at a 9, man.
You think so? We should rock hard strength?
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna... the reality of playing this game unarmed is that if you're gonna do it unarmed, you should probably be at a 10.
You say so. If it wrapped
Unless
around, that would be better.
If you wanted to put it into endurance, that would also be...
I think I want to do endurance.
just to make yourself a little bit more survivable.
You got to be
'Cause they
able to
do-
take hits as good as you throw them out, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Otherwise, you're what's that dude's name from the beginning with like the glass jaw?
Glass Joe?
No, I mean yes.
Strength is melee, endurance is unarmed. Oh,
Now
I
that
did
don't
it.
make a lick of sense.
You
Seems
did
to
it?
me you're the
Yeah.
luckiest son of a gun in New Vegas. We know your
Hmm.
vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, as a misconception,
What
I
do you
could
say
totally.
you take a seat in my
Yeah, that is a
car and we
misconception
go
I've
through a
carried with
couple
me
of
till
questions.
now.
See if your dogs are still barking.
That is a very good thing to know.
Here we are.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna say that
All right.
that checks out with our character, though.
I'm
That's
gonna
that
say a
low
word.
intelligence coming in
I want
handy.
you to say the first thing that comes to mind.
And I mean, you can
Dog.
game these stats a little bit too. You can find things out in the wasteland that will round these out anyway, so it's not. If we find it to be too big of a deal, there are definitely things we can do about this.
Night.
Saw somebody have a high strength but low endurance and couldn't punch at all. Yeah,
Night.
man, that makes sense. I'm getting flashbacks at this point to trying an unarmed run of Dark Souls.
Okay. Now I got a few statements.
How's this
I want you to
Rorschach
tell
test
me
going?
How much they sound like something you'd say.
Are you getting angry
First
yet?
one, conflict just ain't in my
Angry at all
nature.
this psychoanalytical nonsense?
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
I do love unarmed. I hope a goal for
I'm
you is to
always
learn
fixing to
all
be the
these
center of
special
attention.
unarmed moves. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
That is
goals.
that is a
embrace
goal
new
that I had
ideas.
as well. I at least want the Ranger takedown.
Hmm. I think goals are gonna
I
be
charge in
what
to deal
honestly
with my
keeps
problems head
this going, right?
Almost done here.
Anybody who's
What do
played,
you say you
fa-
have
and
a
this
look
is
at
this is something that we were talking
me what
about
you
when
see.
we were deciding, hey, what should we play next? Is like there is so little surprise to be gained from New Vegas at this point. It's one of those games where if you start up a new game,
Okay.
complacency is such a
How
hard
about this
thing
one?
to avoid because you know where all the best stuff is. In all likelihood, you've played through like at least
Last one.
7 or 8 times, right? Unless you're me.
This is two bears high-fiving. I don't care what anyone
Yeah.
says.
I'd say, or you know what? It's almost like they're doing the fusion dance.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have
Fusion,
nothing to
huh?
compare it to, so maybe you'd better just
Challenges
have a
or
look
role
at the
play?
results.
Yeah, pretty much.
See
That
if it
is
all seems
This is
right
kind
to
of
you.
a little bit of both.
a little bit of both. With the knowledge of God, when did this game come out? At least
2011.
Okay, so almost a decade of hindsight, I guess.
I kind of like these tag skills. What do you think?
Give me a second because I just saw medicine on there.
Medicine, speech, and unarmed. I might swap out speech for survival.
I might swap out. No, speech will get you damn near everywhere in this game, which is going to come in handy for those situations where they totally fuck us on having on not having guns.
Hmm.
I might swap out medicine for survival.
I might want to get sneak in there so we can ambush people.
Yeah. I mean, these are all valid options.
How much points? Oh, we lose a lot of points. We lose like 15 points. Okay.
What does medicine encompass? It's like the effectiveness of stim packs and Radex and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything else? How many hit points you'll replenish? Okay, so it's just the effectiveness of
medical
health items.
items?
Does Cola Nut exist in New Vegas? That would be amazing. Cody, I don't know what Cola Nut is.
We'll find out. Mark
Anything-
our words here.
Anything can exist in the world of Fallout.
If you want it to.
Let's see. My current character build is Mass Nuka-Cola Thief. Just get all the cola by any means. That is a valid strategy for sure. I feel like the way that they end up hunting or placing all those Nuka-Colas in the world, especially like the Quantums and stuff, they typically put them in the most interesting or significant places anyway. So by doing that, you kind of, yeah, you definitely fast track yourself towards like where is all the coolest stuff on the map.
Yeah. So
Medicine, yeah.
SWAT medicine for survival, and speech for sneak is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
We've already got high charisma.
Yeah. Okay. I would say so. Because the reality of this game is probably going to be that you're going to be spending most of your time healing by sleeping for 1 second in a bed that you find in the wasteland.
Okay, I'm good with these tag skills.
Before I turn
Increases the hit points that you receive from food and drink. It also helps you create consumable items at campfires. Okay.
Just
Yeah.
a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a
Food
family
is very
history
plentiful
shot
in New Vegas, especially sarsaparilla,
It's true.
and it is a perk that doubles the effects of soda products.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
We can pick some perks now.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, there is a... Yeah, probably, right? Are there any of these that you are particularly married to?
The only one that seems good is heavy-handed. But we tagged stealth, so...
Heavy-handed is a good one. I'm always a fan of doing more consistent damage than relying on crits in almost any game I play.
It'll also affect our stealth crits, though.
Well, maybe so. I mean, we could also easily pick none if we did so choose.
I feel like that would be a waste, though.
Do you want to do Wild Wasteland for funsies on the stream?
I don't know. What do we think?
Because honestly, I'm okay with Wild Wasteland as like, we're going to show you more interesting stuff, but it's going to break the lore. And it's like, dude, you can't break the lore any more than Bethesda did.
I do know that Wild Wasteland makes certain items unobtainable, like the railgun.
Are we going to use a railgun as a boxer?
Probably not. But if you showed me a boxer who had to use a railgun, that would be pretty cool.
You're going to be real excited about the latest season of EPO, let me tell you. There totally is a Gundam that has, like, one of the main Gundams in, I think, Wing is just a boxer who essentially boxes in his cockpit, and
Yeah.
the thing, like, uploads to his brain, so he's controlling it that... It's... Gundam Wing is fucking stupid. It's cool, but it's really dumb.
Do you remember that episode of Megas XLR? Where...
Yeah, all of them.
No. Specifically the one where the control core got taken, so Coop had to control Megas with a fucking DDR pad.
I do.
That was a good one.
Every time I think about Megas XLR, for some reason, the first thing that comes to my mind... Okay, the first thing that comes to my mind is always Bruce Campbell as the, like, intergalactic prize fight champion dude.
Yeah.
And then the second thing that always comes to mind is, where's my $5? Or it's $2, right? It's $2.
$2. Anything in that pile is $2.
Where's my $2?
Okay, I got a question for the chat. Maybe somebody can help us here. What is the exact increase on small frame here? What is the penalty? More easily? How much? 10, 15, 25? Give me a number.
Let's see here. I am also going to look this up at the same time. Benefits plus... Oh, wait. New Vegas. Benefits +1 to agility. Penalty plus 25 damage to limbs.
That could be a good one.
So, yeah, it's 1 agility point overall but more damage to limbs. A full quarter is quite a bit. I will say that I usually run with small frame, and I definitely noticed lots of needing stim packs for it.
So I'm
Like,
just
a
gonna
lot.
I'm just gonna air this right now. I kind of want to play on hardcore mode.
Oh boy, okay. Hey man, you go for it. I don't have to do that. So if you want to, go for it.
We're gonna play on hardcore mode.
Okay. You know what? Boxers break their arms and legs all the time.
So this is what I'm thinking then.
What do we got? I'm on a little bit of a delay. We got a small frame and heavy hand. Yeah. I think
These are
I'm
like
okay
the
with that.
only ones that affect melee skills. So
Yep. I'm okay with that.
I wish there was the opposite of good-natured. Give me bad-natured.
Bad natured, bad company.
Bad company.
Let's give it one last look here.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, the majority of the times that sorry, I had a message here. The majority of the times that I end up playing these games, I almost always go for like a sneaky one-handed weapons dude. And that's like across the board with Skyrim and with Oblivion and any of the Fallout games. Is I'm always just like fast and sneaky and small arms.
Paper Cody asks, good or evil? Haven't decided yet. Kind of just gonna see where the road takes us.
You know what?
Develop,
I'm leaning.
We'll develop the personality of Clancy Manfist as we go.
The one thing that I will say is important is that we need to get paid.
Yeah, he's a prize fighter.
That's right. He's out for money, and he's gonna make his way with his fists. And yeah, we'll be doing when we get around to that one, we'll definitely be doing an evil playthrough, you and me, Cody.
Okay, I guess I'm not seeing anything else here that I want. I'm good with this.
Yeah, I mean you can only choose up to 2, so.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Battle and Jack.
Oh yeah, cage fighting in the Thorn. That's a good idea.
The Thorn is great. The idea of like, oh, you want to date this character? Go get me a Deathclaw egg. I can respect that.
Give me all this free shit. It's mine now.
You're not gonna take that hat?
Oh, there's a gun here.
We do also have a shotgun that we were just given by the powers that be.
This is true.
Leave it alone.
Chemistry set.
Let it be.
The input lag is exactly as I remember it.
Yep.
Such an ugly game. Just to play and control and use.
Such an ugly game. It's... Yeah, I mean, I will
Here,
say
these are yours.
there is something kind of comforting
all you had
about
on you when you
how
brought in.
ugly this game
I hope you
is.
don't mind, but
In
I
that
gave you
whenever
an
I
older
play
look.
it, I feel
thought
like
it
I'm
might
playing
help
it
you
again
find
for
an
the
extra
first
key.
time on
But
my
it
old
was just
shitty
something
laptop
about
that can barely
applied
run anything.
Well, if you're heading back out
It's
there,
a
you ought to
weird
have
kind
this.
of
They call
nostalgia
it a
to
big
have,
boy. I grew up in one of them vaults.
but
in
I
way before
definitely
the
get
war.
that sense.
We
'Cause
all got one.
it doesn't matter
Ain't much
what
used to
kind of
be
system
now,
you run
but
this
you might
game
want
on, you're
such a thing
always going to
after
feel
what
like
you've
you're
been
just
through.
barely keeping it together with
I know what
sticks
it's
and
like
glue.
having something taken from you. And
That
put
is the
this
same
on, too,
laptop
so the
that I
locals don't
beat
pick on you for
Revengeance
lacking
on
modesty.
way back when it came out.
Never was much my style anyway.
I think maybe that might be one of the
Don't
things I'm
mention it.
most proud of
It's what
ever,
I'm here for.
is not
You
just
should
beating
talk to Sunny
Revengeance,
Smiles before
but
you
beating
leave
it on
town.
that
She
laptop
can help
with
you
like
learn to fend
the
for
finger
yourself in the desert.
trackpad.
She'll likely be at the saloon.
That's brutal.
I reckon some of the other
You know
folks
what?
at the
Most of the
saloon
game
might
was
be able to
fine,
help you out, too.
except for
And
the very
middle
final
fella,
boss
Victor,
with
who pulled you out of
Armstrong.
your grave.
Because you know how he has that
Anyway,
one
you ever get hurt
move
out
where
there,
he
you
tosses
come right
like
back.
the
I'll
giant
fix you
rocks
up.
at you.
And you
But
have
you
to
have
cut
to
them
get
very
killed anymore.
precisely.
Yeah, and it's always in like in opposite directions from the last one that came at you.
Yeah.
That one I couldn't do on a trackpad for the life of me.
Fallout New Vegas allows you to play in a new hardcore mode that greatly increases the challenge of the game. In this mode, stim packs heal over time and cannot mend broken limbs. Radaway removes radiation over time, ammunition has weight, and dehydration is a constant concern. This mode is only recommended for advanced players.
You go for it. That sounds to me like I read that and I'm like, do you want to turn the unfun mode on? And I'm like, no. But I also recognize that people have different opinions.